Hi and welcome back to my channel. My aim is to give a technical perspective on price action and share my thoughts on what is happening on the charts. This is not financial advice, so you have to make your own research when you make your trading decisions. I have to say that also. So let's get to it. First a recap of what happened since my last video, which has to bring me to the H4 time frame. So in my last video we were looking at price coming into the Kumo cloud and made a false breakout, and it came down to this level, and I said that this is a very strong support level because we had a confluence here of pivots and also the SMA 200 coming up here and the lower Kumo cloud. And I made the video here somewhere, and we got all these long wicks you can see here on the 4-hour time frame. A lot of buying pressure creating these wicks. We even came up to the Kijun-sen and failed. Came back to the cloud again and started to look a little bit heavy actually. But we had the bullish cloud here, projector cloud, which makes a breakout here unlikely, and if it happens it's likely to bounce up again because it becomes oversold in a situation like this. But actually the cloud held support very nicely. I like to look at the tiny details sometimes just to show how well this system works. We're looking at the Kumo cloud. You can see price is just in the forex market we say pip to pip. We don't really say pips here. Sats maybe we can say sat to sat. Let's call it sat to sat. So here we have a sat to sat touch of the lower Kumo cloud, like a hot plate and then straight up, right? So it looked pretty good, looked pretty bullish, and this is not bullish engulfing, but it's a lookalike anyway, so it looked pretty good. We had the breakout. Now this is a buying signal here, and because we had the bullish cloud and we had a clean breakout. Now I don't use volume. Some use volume. I think volume is a bit not so reliable. Could be good to confirm, but you know, price can move. It can become clean signals even without that much of a more normal volume, let's say. So I try to focus more on other things in a chart than volume. That's why I don't have volume down here. So now we are in a retracement. We are sort of hesitating here at this level. Now I also have to show you the important red line here. So yesterday, which make us go back to the daily time frame just to have a look at the Kijun-sen here, which I've been talking about a few times. So we had a break step. It's not a break, it's a step outside, below, sideways like that. For me it's not a clean break, it's sort of a lookalike. Came up, had a good strong break above again, correcting that. And then we held above the Kijun-sen here, all the way, even here, even the days when it looked a bit grim. But then we had a step below again here, this candle here, that was the 6th of March. And I said, well, that was another step aside, and let's see if we can get above the Kijun-sen again. So late last night here in Europe, we were below here, and I thought if we can get it close above before the daily close here, that would be quite bullish. So we did actually close above the Kijun-sen here. I marked it with a red line here. So, but now we're below, and the reason for that, I believe, well, is the new weekly pivot point. Usually new pivots are act very strongly on price and pulls it to it, gravitates to it. So that's what's happened today. That's why I'm moving back here now to the hourly time frame. So we can start looking at the hourly time frame. So this morning we have a couple of candles. We've fallen back here, a few percent from up here, and we are now. You can see the daily time frame. Daily pivot didn't hold support. It cracked here, and this is because of this weekly pivot point here. It needed to be cleared. It's psychological. It's trading. It's just it's very, very common that it happens. I've mentioned it before, and it often happens when you're in a new week or a new month. Price gravitates to these new pivots. So it happened here. First we had a candle that barely didn't hit it, and I said to myself, well, it would be nice to clear it, so we can sort of move on here. And the last hour we have, now we are like 5 minutes left of this hourly candle here, and it looks like we're going to get a pin bar. I mean a small body and a long wick down, piercing these pivots here. Also the S1 daily here we can see. So this is good. You see, looks like a great candle. For the scalpers, of course, trading hourly, they enter here on a close when we have a pin bar like this on the S1, trading with the trend and taking target up here by the daily pivot. They use that system. You use the daily pivots like S1, like this. This is perfect trade for that. So coming up here for target. So that's when you trade with leverage and so forth. Anyway, but yeah, looks pretty good here now. It's like 4 minutes left, and you can see this reversal candle here. It's starting to look like a hammer, pretty much. You see buyer stepping in. Now we have the cloud also here acting support. It's steep up and it's quite heavy, thick. So I think we will see price coming back up. Now when we clear this pivot here, the weekly pivot, I mean, we could see another attempt to break above these levels up here we were at last night, 51,500. So also have a look at the H4 time frame here. And yeah, so I've prepared a little bit today with these two lines, and I'm looking sort of time frame for this is sort of the week ahead. You see, if price fails here, price could try to get lower, and then price will meet this trend line here. I draw it on the hourly, so that should be okay. Could be a little bit longer here actually. Pull it out a little bit like that. So if price fails here now, which could happen of course, because there was a lot of selling pressure up here, come up here, come down, then it's the trend line here that is very important in this situation. So and if price fails to find support here again, it could go deep below here. It can fall all the way back to the weekly S1, 46,475 whereabouts. So that's the red line here I've drawn. And the green line marks sort of the upside to this move. If it becomes constructive here, finds momentum, we'll take out these tops, and then we have the target up here by 54,080 about. Let's say 54,000, round about that. Yeah, so that's the outlook for now. I mean, but still, it looks like there's so much support coming in here. We have the Kuhn cloud, we have the trend line, we have Now we have the weekly pivot here that seems to act support. We have this little hammer forming here on the hourly. So yeah, just starting to look pretty good that we could get a move up, a breakout, and move up here from here. But of course, it needs to stay above this trend line for that to happen. Otherwise, we'll break down a little. And then, of course, anything can happen. Maybe if we fail here, we can go all the way back to this longer trend line I've drawn here below. So yeah, let's see how it turns out. Thanks for watching.